Welcome to Seacoast Real Estate Academy. Today in our Laws and Rules series, we'll be taking a look at the broker in charge, Rule A.0110. The requirement to have a broker in charge. Paragraph A of Rule A.0110 states that the general rule that each real estate firm is required to have a broker designated by the Commission who meets the qualification requirements to serve as broker in charge of the firm's principal office and a different broker to serve in the same capacity at each branch office. Broker in charge is not a separate license, but only a separate license status category. No broker may be broker in charge of more than one office location at a time, and no office of a firm shall have more than one designated broker in charge. Exception to BIC requirement for certain firms. Paragraph C of Rule A.0110 provides, a licensed real estate firm is not required to have a BIC if, number 1, it has been organized for the sole purpose of receiving compensation for brokerage services furnished by its qualifying broker through another firm or broker. Number 2, it is treated for tax purposes as a subchapter S corporation by the U.S. Internal Revenue Service. Number 3, it has no principal or branch office. Or number 4, it has no licensed or unlicensed person associated with it other than its qualifying broker. Sole proprietors. In addition to each firm having to have a broker in charge for each office, most broker sole proprietors, including sole practitioners, also must be a broker in charge. Rule A.0110b provides that a broker who is a sole proprietor shall designate himself or herself as a broker in charge if the broker 1. Engages in any transaction where the broker is required to deposit and maintain monies belonging to others in a trust account. 2. Engages in advertising or promoting his or her services as a broker in any manner. Or 3. Has one or more other brokers affiliated with him or her in the real estate business. Acts of a sole proprietor that trigger the BIC requirement under number 2 include, but are not limited to, placing an advertisement for his or her services as a broker in any form or any medium, distributing business cards indicating he or she is a real estate broker, orally soliciting the real estate business of others, or listing a property for sale, which inherently involves holding oneself out as a broker and advertising. Therefore, a broker's sole proprietor may lawfully provide only limited brokerage services without designating himself or herself as a BIC. A couple of examples of permissible brokerage activities by a broker's sole proprietor who is not a designated BIC include receiving a referral fee from another broker or brokerage firm for referring business to the broker or firm, or representing a relative or friend as a buyer's broker in a sales transaction, provided the broker has not solicited the business, has not advertised or promoted his or her services, and does not hold earnest money beyond the time it is required to be deposited in a trust account. Now let's take a look at the requirements for BIC-eligible status. Paragraph E of Rule A.0110 states that, in order for a broker to be designated as a BIC for a sole proprietorship, real estate firm, or branch office, the broker must first have BIC-eligible status. A broker must request BIC-eligible status on a form provided by the Commission. The qualifying requirements for BIC-eligible status pursuant to Paragraph E of Rule A.0110 are: a broker license must be on active status but not on provisional status. A provisional broker is ineligible to serve as broker in charge, as is a broker whose license is inactive or expired. Broker must have at least 2 years of full-time, or 4 years of part-time real estate brokerage experience within the previous 5 years, or be a North Carolina licensed attorney with a practice that consisted primarily of handling real estate closings and related matters in North Carolina for 3 years immediately preceding application. The requirement is for actual brokerage experience, not just having a license on active status. After obtaining BIC-eligible status, a broker must complete the Commission's 12-hour broker-in-charge course within 120 days of designation, unless the 12-hour course has been taken within the previous year. Requesting designation as broker-in-charge. A broker who has BIC-eligible status may request BIC designation on a form provided by the Commission at any time, so long as the broker continuously maintains his or her BIC-eligible status. The broker may also request BIC-eligible status and BIC designation simultaneously. Broker-in-charge duties. The designated broker-in-charge is the primary person the Commission will hold responsible for the supervision and management of an office. Maintaining BIC-eligible status. To maintain BIC-eligible status, Paragraph G of Rule A.0110 requires that a broker must renew his or her broker license in a timely manner each license year and keep the license on active status at all times, and complete each license year the 4-hour mandatory broker-in-charge update course, BIC-UP, as well as any approved 4-hour CE elective. If a broker with BIC-eligible status fails to take both the BIC-UP and one elective CE course by June 10th in any given year when required, then the broker will lose BIC-eligible status and BIC designation if applicable the following July 1st. Termination of BIC-eligible status and broker-in-charge designation. Paragraph I of Rule A.0110 provides that a broker's BIC-eligible status and, if currently designated as a BIC, his or her BIC designation shall be terminated if the broker made any false statements or presented any false, incomplete, or incorrect information in connection with an application, fails to complete the 12-hour broker-in-charge course pursuant to Paragraph E of the rule, fails to timely renew his or her broker license, or the broker's license has been suspended, revoked, or surrendered, or fails to timely complete the broker-in-charge update course, BIC-UP, and a 4-credit-hour elective course in any license year. Regaining lost BIC-eligible status and BIC designation. Pursuant to Rule A.0110M, once a broker's BIC-eligible status has been terminated, the broker must complete the following steps in the order prescribed to regain the status. Number 1. The broker must first have a license on active status. If the license has expired, it must first be reinstated. If the license is inactive due to a CE deficiency, then the licensee must first complete whatever CE is necessary to reactivate the license and, in either case, must then submit a reactivation form to the Commission requesting that the license be placed back on active status. A broker who has lost his or her BIC-eligible status should not take either the 12-hour BIC course or the BIC-UP course prior to officially reactivating his or her license with the Commission. And number 2. Once back on active status, the broker must possess the experience required for initial designation and must first complete the 12-hour BIC course prior to requesting BIC-eligible status and redesignation as a BIC, regardless of when the broker may have previously taken the 12-hour course. There are no exceptions to this requirement to retake the 12-hour course prior to redesignation. Notice to Commission when BIC status ends. A BIC must notify the Commission in writing within 10 days upon ceasing to serve as BIC of a particular office. For more information, see Paragraph G. Nonresidents. A non-resident company engaging in brokerage in North Carolina must have a broker in charge of the company who holds an active NC broker license for purposes of its NC business, although the office need not be physically located in North Carolina. Similarly, a non-resident NC broker sole practitioner engaging in activity that triggers the broker in charge requirement for a resident NC broker's sole practitioner, see previous discussion on this subject, must also be designated as a broker in charge for NC brokerage purposes, as without a BIC, a company has no office anywhere. If you like this video, feel free to share it with a friend. For more real estate education content, please subscribe to the channel. From all of us at Seacoast Real Estate Academy, thank you for watching.